Hello. Can you guys hear me? All right, I'm going to try to do this in 2 screens. There we go. Okay. Hey, Yessie. Hey, Marquita. Is it Sandrea? Hi, Sandrea. Good evening, ladies. How are you? Hi, Shanta. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see everybody. Thank you for joining. So I just wanted to check in with everybody. I know we did a live on Sunday, and unfortunately I couldn't figure out how to see what you guys were saying, and it was a bit of a somber live. So all that's behind us. It's a new week. We got through April Fool's Day, and I just wanted to check in with you. Hi, Beauty and Beast. Hi, C. Whitley. Hi, Random Chat. Hello. Hi, VF Bahama Mama. What's up, ladies? How are you? I don't know if you guys are following me on Instagram. I know some of you guys are. Yesterday, I posted about my scan coming back and there being a mass. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I was able to get in for my biopsy Thursday. I'll be going in. And so I think it'll be okay. I think that will be okay. How are you ladies doing? What's going on? I wanted to check in with you guys because I didn't get to talk to a lot of you guys on Sunday. And then I know some of you guys are on the West Coast. And so it is now 6:05 on the West Coast, 9:05 on the East Coast. So hopefully we get to hang out with some of our West Coast family members and see how things are going. But yeah. Hey, Denisha, how are you? So I mainly wanted to check in with you guys. I know I owe you a couple of videos. You guys wanted to see FSH and I think AMH videos and some other ones. So that's coming up and I just have some editing to do. Sunday's early morning video, I went back and looked at the comments later and I know some of you guys were like, what's going on? It's tense in here. So I wanted, hey ZZ on deck. So this one is not going to be a tense live. It's just catching up with you ladies, seeing how you guys are doing, letting you know that I'm okay, and moving forward with all my checklist stuff for IVF, which is good. Yeah. Elisa Marie, hey girl, hey, how are you? Kat Rob, hi. Anybody else that I missed in there? Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to hang out with me. This is just a check-in, see what's going on with you ladies, let you know that I'm doing okay. Hopefully you guys are all okay. I know everybody's in different phases. Some people are in their 2-week wait. Some people are beta watching. Some people are just on standby. And so, hi, Madrid 55. And Yessie, let me scoot this over so I can see what you said. Will you be consulting with CNY? I don't know yet. So my appointment for CNY is in August. And so I don't know if that makes sense for me to consult with them. And I was talking to one of our other TTC sisters and she's looking to come, but they couldn't get her in until I think November. So I need to call the clinic and see if we can switch for her to go. CNY for me is there's a couple of things with CNY. So CNY is completely out of network for me. So that means I pay for everything out of pocket, which would increase my expenses versus going for a place that is in network for me. And it gets a little, I don't know how much you know about the insurance. So it gets a little complicated. So under my insurance, even though IVF itself is not, like the retrieval part is not covered because of my age, the medicines are all covered. And all of like the monitoring and everything else. So with CNY, none of that would be covered and the date is so far out. So that's a long way to say, I don't know. It depends on, I'm planning to do egg retrieval with Share Fertility in June. So if that goes well, I don't need to keep the August appointment. And if I can give it to one of the TTC sisters who's definitely interested in CNY, I'll probably give it away. So does that make sense? When will you start? It will be a while for me. Hi, Alexis. So I am planning to start my egg retrieval in June with Share Fertility. I am doing all my testing now. So I had to get my physical done, my mammogram. They found something on my mammogram, so I have to go in for a biopsy. They want an EKG and an echocardiogram, so I have to get all that stuff done, and then we'll start. But in the meantime, I think it's a good opportunity to start with my supplements again. This doctor believes in the DHEA and the ubiquinol, so I started taking that already. So ideally, DHEA, you take it for 90 days. So that times out about right with the June retrieval, right? So IVF is covered with my insurance. Corby. Hi, Corby. So you're saying yes, IVF is covered with your insurance? Where are you? Because New York also, I don't know if you guys saw that like on Twitter and in the blogs yesterday, New York passed new legislator to expand the IVF benefits, which is nice. Still doesn't restrict age limitations, which hopefully in the next iteration that will. So my insurance caps out for IVF with my own eggs at 44. If I choose to do donor eggs, they will pay for it up until 50. Monitoring is still included, meds are still included, just the IVF egg retrieval is not included. On cloud, Caitlin. Hey, how are you? Thank you so much. Georgia. So I don't know, Corby. So are you saying part of your state laws that it's included, like IVF is, because I know there are 13 states and then two of them, I know California is one of them where it's optional. The employer has can opt in or opt out. And I think, I can't remember the other one, but not all the states unfortunately have fertility benefits, and we're working on it. I didn't know about the new New York law. Yeah, it just, if you go, let me see if I can find some of it. It just happened. Like it just passed yesterday. I can't see what you guys are writing right now, but just let me pull this up. New York law on IVF. So I can tell you what came out yesterday. So this is dated, actually, this is from March 1st. Let me see. Okay. So this is, I can find the New York law. Give me 1 second, ladies. I'm on my laptop trying to see. It was the Resolve website. If you follow Resolve, like on Twitter, they put a big thing out. So here, yeah, on April 1st, New York becomes the 10th state to require coverage of IVF. And let me just read what the details are. I'll read the highlights. New York lawmakers passed a budget measure late yesterday, which updates the state's existing infertility statute to include a requirement for health plans operating in the large group market. So those are employers with 100 or more full-time staff, to provide coverage for 3 cycles of in vitro fertilization. The budget measure also includes a provision requiring that patients at risk for iatrogenic infertility be covered for fertility preservation services. So like if they're going through something like chemo or something else that might impact their infertility, they get to have egg retrieval or sperm freezing, something, either one of those to help them preserve their fertility beyond their other surgeries. There's also, I won't read it all, but if you guys go to the Society for Assisted Reproductive Technology, or if you go to the Resolve website and look up New York IVF laws, you'll see. So it's the 10th state to provide, to require coverage of IVF, and it's the 6th state to require coverage for fertility preservation for certain patients. So like my employer is actually pretty good about it. They do have fertility preservation just because, so you don't have to have a medical reason. So you can have your eggs freeze. Unfortunately, I am outside of that age range that's covered, but it is a nice perk. Okay, now I can see you guys again. C. Whitley, I'm wondering if my husband's insurance would cover IVF for me. What state are you in, C. Whitley? I was asking if my insurance covered IVFs. It depends on what state you're in, Corby. Let me just go back and see. You said Georgia. If Georgia is covered in one of these, there are states that include. Sorry about the sirens, guys. States that have mandatory, states that cover IVF. Okay, so let me see. Georgia is not on the list. So states that have some sort of coverage, I'll read them out to you guys. Arkansas, California. Again, California is an opt-in for employers. Connecticut, Hawaii, Illinois, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Montana, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Rhode Island, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia. Now, having said that, some employers go above and beyond what the law is. Like, for example, where I work, our insurance goes above and beyond. We already had fertility preservation, and they cover you up to age 50, which is not required by law. The only thing is from 45 to 50, they only cover IVF with donor eggs, right? It's above and beyond what the law requires, so it's not like a bad thing. It just puts me outside of coverage as far as retrieving my own eggs, meaning I have to pay out of pocket to have my eggs retrieved. Hey, Rainbow Baby Mama. Texas has it. I'm wondering, on Cloud Caitlin is saying Texas has it. However, I'm in the military, so my IVF was not covered at all, unfortunately. Why? Is that because you're not considered a Texas resident because of your military status? And military doesn't cover IVF at all? That kind of sucks. So I guess, like, where would you be considered a resident of if you're in the military? Yes. So that 3 IVF treatments, I don't know how soon it takes for the legislation to go into effect. Like, basically everybody was just celebrating yesterday that it passed, but that is definitely, head and shoulders above what we had before. Because I think even with my employer, if you qualify for covered IVF, I think you only get 2 cycles. You might get 3. So it may be 1 extra cycle. Definitely a thing to ask your employers. That's what I was going to say. Even though it's not required, some employers offer that and they want to be competitive, right? And so, like, my employer has, it's international, so we have places everywhere, but here in the States, New York, California, Jersey, Philadelphia. And so they offer them all the same benefits as if they were in New York, which I think is fantastic. PA, Erica Flores. Are you in Pennsylvania? All states should cover IVF and expand the age limit too. I'm just saying, I agree with you. And I think, Resolve. So April is National Infertility Awareness Month, although there's like most places at least recognize the 3rd week in April as National Infertility Awareness Week. But Resolve has a thing where we go in March. I think it's in May where we can go in March to impact legislation. So we should, if you can take the time off. If not, there are emails that you can send to your legislators and representatives and definitely let them know that this is important to you, that you want to, have the right to continue your family. And so, essentially we vote people in office, right? And they work for us, they work for the people. So if we let them know this is what we need, why not? Hey, Genesis Lovings TV, you're not late, honey. You're right on time. Corby is agreeing with Yessie. I'm agreeing with both of you guys. They absolutely, all states should cover it. I agree. Yessie asked Genesis, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm not stealing it. Nice. Hey, LW Lovely 06. Hey. I'm waiting on that email, ma'am. Genesis Lovings TV. Oh, thank you, sweetie. You're so sweet. Although one of my eyes, I don't know if you see that. I don't know why that one is like, I'm winking at you guys. Hey, ladies. TV, congrats on starting IVF. I just saw your latest video. Yes, Genesis is on the IVF train. It has left the station. Oh, thank you, IVF Bahama Mama. Yeah, the hair is growing. I'm on my hair journey. I'm putting it on the other channel, but I'm kind of excited. It's getting longer and it's like my curls are defined. It's all thanks to YouTube. Who knew? So yes, and my new glasses, my little, after I lost my other ones on my lip. Thank you, ladies. You guys are so sweet. No, BB, you're not late. Is it BB or Bebe? You're not late. You're here. We're just talking about the new legislation that passed for New York yesterday and how we can all kind of advocate for ourselves and talk to our legislators and say, this is important to us and we would like to have fertility benefits. So not all states have them. There are 10 that are mandatory, 2 that are opt-in, 6 that have fertility preservation. So they'll it's mandatory that employers offer like egg preservation or sperm preservation. In New York, it's specific to if you have some sort of medical condition. For now, I mean, it's baby steps. It's head and shoulders above. I think there's controversy over a lot of it because, and it's complicated, but like same-sex marriages, they're not necessarily honored in all states, and some employers don't have benefits, and then the church gets involved. I was raised Catholic. Catholic Church is not a fan of IVF. They think that, or they're not a fan of assisted reproductive technology at all. So not IUI either. They feel like a man and woman should have sex. And so obviously that excludes same-sex relationships, men or women. And so having these benefits, I think there's a lot of that also involved in us getting IVF benefits, everyone getting IVF benefits. And what does that look like? I think we all should get to expand our family in any way that makes sense for us. And I don't think that it should be denied for cost reasons, right? Because then only the very wealthy people are going to be procreating, which that doesn't seem right. And so, and it kind of, last year, one of my friends, it kind of hurt my feelings. She was like, I don't think we should have to pay for anyone having IVF. And I don't think, she was like, if they can't afford IVF, then how can they afford to raise their kids? And I'm just like, it's that kind of lack of understanding that I think when we talk about it with people, we can help them understand, because IVF can be $30,000 at once. And I could say, well, then why are you buying a car? Because if you have to get it financed, because why don't you buy it all at once? Most people don't pay for their cars all at once. So how can there be an expectation that most people just have, $30,000 lying around to do it, especially if they have to do it more than once, right? And so it is a medical procedure, and we need help. We need help. And so in the same way that you don't tell someone, well, don't get cancer if you can't afford it, like that kind of logic frustrates me. But I try to take a step back and say, okay, they're coming from a place of not knowing. And so how can we help people know that this is a condition, and there are certain circumstances, and money should not be the only reason, or lack of money should not be the only reason that someone doesn't get to be a parent. I just believe in that passionately. I think it is wrong when there is coverage, they make you do certain treatments before you can start what you have chosen, like doing IUI first. Yes. And in Genesis, honestly, I think a part of that is because they are worried about doctors, REs, just sending you right to IUI. And not trying other things first. But like in my insurance, after 35, they don't even consider IUI as a treatment. And so they don't, like, if I were 37, they would never make me go through IUI. They would say you could start right away with IVF. So I think, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the insurance should be telling the doctors what procedures we can have. I think the doctors are the ones who went to medical school. They should evaluate us and give us a treatment plan, right? Instead of insurance saying, this is the treatment plan they have to give you. Like, that just seems weird. Then why isn't insurance treating us? It seems like a conflict of interest to me. I don't run the insurance companies. Alexis, if they had egg preservation in my 20s, I so would have done it, but I remember being very broke back then. Yes. I mean, not only then, but like in my age bracket, I kind of fall in that weird time. They had egg preservation later, but the technology was not as good as it is now. So most of those eggs that were thawed didn't make it. Embryos had a higher thaw rate than just freezing your eggs. And at that point, well, in my 20s, I wouldn't have even frozen them, but maybe I had baby fever really bad, like 38, 39. I would have done it then, but it doesn't guarantee that I would have gotten a baby. Like the young ladies today who have the opportunity to freeze their eggs, to cryopreserve them, have a much better chance of getting a baby on the other side of it. Technology, it's changing like crazy. ZZ, how did you put the live comments in slow motion? I put it in the settings when I set this up, girl. I mean, listen, every time, I don't even know, like this is configured differently because I upgraded my laptop. And so I don't have the encryption thing on here. So I actually have you guys on the screen, which is why I couldn't see you guys on Sunday, what you were saying. I have the main screen over here so I can see your comments. And then I have like the Google Hangout over here so I can kind of see where I am. And it's not in sync, so it's playing with my mind. But in the settings, it lets you put it on delay. So, which I think it's really for like people who have really big channels and they have like, because I've been in some of those lives and the chats are flying by, but I did it so I don't have to scroll because yeah. Anyway, it's in the settings. I'll send you a screenshot later. Do I have I don't know if I have your email. I'll send you a screenshot in Instagram. All right. A lot of people look down on IVF. I know. Hey, Kay, how are you? I'm glad you made it too. The topic where I'm just checking in with people. We've been talking about the new IVF law or fertility laws for New York and other states, advocating in your state how to get fertility and just whatever you guys want to talk about. That's what we're talking about. So I don't know why a lot of people frown on IVF, and even myself, I'm not ashamed to admit, I was sad to go to IVF initially. I thought it meant like there was some sort of failure. And when I used to hear, and I'm ashamed to say it, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna be honest. I had friends who did IVF, and I just thought like it was designer. Like, oh my god, it can't be that serious. Like you guys didn't try hard enough. Little did I know. Little did I know, not only is it not designer, but it takes a lot to get through IVF, all the needles and everything else. So I am not too big to say that I was one of those people who looked down on it or didn't think very highly of it. Like I didn't think it was so necessary. And it was just ignorance. I didn't know. I had no idea. So what's up with Google Hangout? What is that? So I went live on the Google Hangout. I'm on my laptop. So I went live on the Google Hangout so I could send out the thumbnail and the other. I can go live on the laptop, but like I said, the encoder is not set up. So I would have to reset it up. And I have so little space on this laptop. I'm going to get myself a new laptop for my birthday. So yeah. Jan Joy. Oh, wait, I'm going out of order. So a lot of people look down. Elisa Marie, exactly. The K, I think Elisa Marie is talking to Yessie. Okay, let me speed up here. There was a change in New York on infertility. Yes. C. Whitley, IVF is a great alternative if you're not able to conceive naturally. Thank God for science. Yes. Yes, it is. It's also a great alternative. Yeah, it's just if you're not able to conceive naturally for whatever reason, either your body is not cooperating or you don't have a partner or you have a partner that has the same parts that you have and you can't make a baby together. All of those reasons make IVF wonderful. And I think there's a lot of misconception in the media about what IVF is. Like, oh, you can pick your baby's, the gender of your baby, the baby's eye color. So I really just was ignorant as to what it was and why people needed it, which is it's just misunderstood. So I think the more we can talk about it and socialize it and take the stigma out, the better. I get it that it's hard to talk about it when you're in the throes of it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. There is a stigma. People can say insensitive things. Yeah. So Jan Jar, I froze my eggs 5 years ago. Does that help now? Yes, 5 years ago was good. I think 5 years ago is fine. Right? Because what are we now in 18? So 5 years ago would have been 13. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, like when I wanted to do mine, it would have been around 2009, 2010. So I feel like in 11, the technology changed again. We'd have to research it, but I know there was a change in the cryopreservation method that made the thaw better. But none of it's guaranteed, right? Whether you're freezing eggs or embryos, they're not guaranteed to thaw. There has been an increased rate of successful thaws as technology has improved. Beauty and Bees, tomorrow I have an appointment for an HSG. So I'm new to TCC. I'm not so sure what my options are yet. Okay, we'll take it one day at a time. HSG will give you clarity. It'll let you know if your tubes are clear, what your uterus looks like. That's definitely a good place to start. How long have you been TTC? Like, did you try naturally? I don't know if I've seen you in the comments before, Beauty and Beast. So sorry if I'm asking questions that you and I have talked about, but your name isn't looking familiar to me. It could just be my old age though. Blame it on my head and not my heart. What's up with Google Hangout? Okay. Hey, Deidre. What's up, honey bunny? Jan Joy. Let me see. Kay, what do you got going on? Okay, here we go. Texas sucks. Your job insurance sucks. Not even covering infertility. My RE wanted me to go straight to IVF due to male infertility. Oh, wow. So what are you going to do then? And like, what are your other options? Hey, two pieces, one puzzle. I'm glad you didn't miss me either. Um, Genesis Lovings, well, Illinois has so many loopholes, so it's hard if you have coverage to stay within the boundaries of their rules, and your protocol has to be approved with a PA. It's so much in addition to the journey. What's a PA? Like a physician's assistant? Your protocol has to be approved. Hey, sis. Hey, be home. Elisa Marie, yes, at Whitley. Uh-oh. That, for some reason, Siri thought I was talking to. Not you, boo boo. My insurance, I have to do 6 IUIs before I would be qualified for. Oh, I lost that one. Okay, BB saying I have to be 6. I'm on my 5th IUI next month. It's so frustrating, which is interesting because a lot of REs don't even normally let you go to 6 IUIs, right? And then imagine if you're a same-sex couple, you got to pay for 6 IUIs before you're even eligible. So luckily, my insurance does not have a requirement that you be infertile, that you have it, meaning whatever the definition is in your state, which is typically it's 12 months of trying naturally if you're 34 or younger, or 6 months of trying if you're 35 or older. So that I didn't have, but some insurances require that first, and you have to have like a stamp that says you are infertile before they'll go, which is also crazy. Like if you're having trouble, you're having trouble. But I think it's that misconception of like IVF being this like designer thing to have, which is crazy, but it's out there. Corby, BB, what insurance do you have if you don't mind me asking? Okay. And it depends. So insurance carriers too, just Corby and BB, so you know, it varies. Like I have United Health, but through my employer, NBC Universal, it could be completely different than someone else's United Health. It's what that employer has contracted with that insurance company. So like I know other people in New York who have United Health who don't have the same fertility benefits that I have because their employer has a different contract, if that makes sense. Like they don't have egg preservation. So which is why I think it's so important when we're interviewing for jobs and negotiating like for our total compensation package that we think about what's included in our health benefits. Like, are there perks there? Like maybe the other job is going to pay you X amount more, but then you would be offset by that by racking up fertility costs, if that makes sense. Erica, do you know if you can opt for IVF off the bat going through insurance due to having confirmed genetically inherited condition? It depends on your insurance. It depends on your state, Erica. There are some places where you can, and there are some that require testing and other things. However, see, and this is where it gets like frustrating because if the RE is saying there's no way you can conceive without IVF or there's minimal chance, it seems like that you could have a directed letter to your insurance or do a second opinion and not have to go through IUI. For example, if you don't have fallopian tubes, it doesn't really make sense to do IUI, right? So would the insurance make you, there has to be some loophole, or not even a loophole, there just has to be some path forward that makes sense for what your current medical condition is. ZZ said, Elisa Marie, I totally understand. I just had a successful first transfer, but then my 3rd beta dropped. So I'm just waiting in limbo for next beta tomorrow. Oh, yes, ZZ. I hope that it was just a fluke and that everything is going to be okay. I did see your post over on Instagram. It is, yeah. Yeah. I know that feeling all too well. Genesis, what are your thoughts if you choose to do another round of the protocol? Have you researched different options for meds? I don't know what you mean, Genesis. Different options for the kind of meds I'm going to take or the protocol? So the doctor, if the medical protocol, the RE is going to be, he wants a lower dose of meds than what I had before. So like I had 450 gonal F. He would have a much lower dose. He would have a lower dose of Minipure. Is that what you mean? I'm not sure. And he would also do HGH, human growth hormone, while I was doing the stems. If that's not what you meant, let me know. Beauty and Beast, I'm new to your channel. Hubby and I have been TTC for 2 years now. I'm now 40 and hoping for the best, like all of us ladies are. Yay. Okay, so you are new. So welcome to the fam. 2 years, you're now 40, hoping for the, okay. So yeah, so HSG is a good place to start, especially if you've been at it for 2 years. It could be something simple like a blockage. There are studies that suggest that after HSG, you're a little more fertile, like those first 3 months after. So you could get lucky on your own naturally. Has your husband had a semen analysis? Do you know like what his motility is, morphology, and count are? That could be impacting it as well. It could be something simple like if you have no blockages and he has, low morphology, it could be something that IUI could solve, and then you're off to the races. I think you're smart to be going now to an RE at 40, just because between 40 and 42 is critical. Your fertility changes, and then it's going to change again. It's going to decline again at 44. So this is definitely an optimal time. And then, of course, taking care of yourself, taking care of hubby, eating well, sleeping, all that fun stuff it can only help and not hurt. Okay, save, save, save. Trying to finish out naturally this year due to wedding costs and possibly one round of IUI, then IVF, but also change our insurance once married so we can reduce costs. Oh, that's smart. When are you getting married? Congratulations. Yes, definitely save for your wedding. That's obviously important. One round of IUI, and one round of IUI might be all that you need, right? You never know. But definitely when you're interviewing for new jobs, ask about their coverage. I mean, they're offering you, their recruiters make it their job to give you like the most attractive package possible. If fertility benefits are important, make that, make them sell it. And a lot of times they don't have the benefits on the website, so you will have to talk about it while you're discussing your comp pack, but why not? C. Whitley. I had an HSG a few years ago and found out both my tubes are blocked, possibly from a recent fibroid surgery. Oh, wow. So are they recommending you go straight to IVF, C. Whitley, because of the blockages, or what are they suggesting? Or do they think they can unblock them? I'm not sure, because I know there's a few ladies on here who had tubal reversal, so I know that it's a possibility to unblock, untie tubes, but I'm not sure in your case what they're recommending. Oh, Lisa is praying for ZZ. Yes. Corby, okay, I got you. I have United Health. Okay. Yes. So it's not just the insurance, it's what is contracted with your employer. So you got it. Okay. IVF Bahama Mama is sending ZZ some love. Yes. United Healthcare. Yeah. So see, there are two of you guys have United Healthcare and you've got different coverage. It does depend on your company. And to some extent on your state. Like I said, some states have mandatory, like we're talking about at the top of this. New York is now having mandatory. However, some employers go above and beyond so they can be competitive. What kind of strength? What kinds and strengths of meds? So it's going to be, as far as I know, and I don't have my notes. It's going to be, as far as I know, Gonal F, Menopur, Cetrotide, or some other medicine to reduce the chance of ovulation. ICSI will depend on what sperm I'm using, right, and what the quality of the sperm is. So we did ICSI last time because the donor had low morphology. It was 1%, and they don't want it to be any lower than 4. If I have different donor sperm, I may not need ICSI. The plan is to do multiple retrievals so that we can bank the eggs, hopefully up to 10. And this doctor is suggesting that they be tested. I'm not totally sold on testing. We'll see honestly, for me, it's going to be getting through that first retrieval and see how different the results are from my last one. And that will kind of inform how I want to move forward. What he's saying sounds great. It sounds all good, but we got to take it one step at a time. I'm very much a too soon to call girl. So I want to see the proof in the pudding as we go along. So if everything looks good, the HGH has improved. We get some great embryos, hopefully more than one, good grade, all that fun stuff. Then I'd be willing to sign on for the second round. He said he would not do the estrogen priming, which is what I had last time with Dr. McConnell, which on cycle day 21 of the cycle prior to IVF, I started the estrogen and the Cetrotide. We would not do that. That's all he kind of really gave me. Specific med types, I don't know if we went over them. I know he just said a lower dose of the meds than what we had. I had a very, very high dose last go around. How do you feel about yoni steaming and castor oil packs? Bahama Mrs. Lee, hey, thanks for joining. So there's some ladies on here who could talk about yoni steaming more than I. I've not tried it. It seems interesting. I don't know that I want steam up my hoo-ha. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But it sounds lovely. Castor oil packs, I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of castor oil packs. I'm a big fan of castor oil massages. I have a whole playlist on my channel about that. And I'm going to do an update on castor oil because someone over on Instagram asked about it. I did do a live video last week on Instagram talking about castor oil packs, but there are benefits to castor oil. It helps with inflammation. It helps reduce toxins, keeps, the uterus clean. So I'm all a fan of that. I think when we do the castor oil packs and massages, we have to remember that it's releasing the toxins into our system. It's taking it out of the lymph nodes. Where is it going? So we have to remember to exercise, get plenty of water, flush it out of our system. But yeah, I've seen great results. And I think it's a good way to do self-care because if you're doing the massage, you have to like lay down and relax and take care of yourself. If you're doing the packs, you have to lay down. I like to do meditation while I'm doing it or guided visualization while I'm doing the castor oil pack. So I'm a big fan of that. Anybody else want to talk about yoni steaming? Let me know. I think I might be able to even do a split screen with you guys if you want to hop on and talk. Does that? Maybe not. Invite people. Yeah. I've not tried the yoni steaming. I've watched other ladies do videos on it, and they put things like dandelion seeds or dandelion weeds and other stuff, and have the steam come up in there. I am kind of the notion of like leaving that environment to its own devices and trusting that it can take care of itself. Cheyenne is laughing at me. Have you seen the yoni steam?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good. But there are people who swear by it. Hey, Keisha. Happy Tuesday, Adriana. Elisa Marie. Whitley. They don't recommend. Yes, IVF. They don't recommend unblocking because I'm 40. Okay, that makes sense. What's the biggest thing you take from your journey? I know it's not all rainbows and unicorns, but what's the biggest thing you've gotten from this journey? The biggest thing that I've gotten is that, ooh, girl. I am strong because I have to be, not because I want to be. I don't know. I have to think about it. That might be a video topic. I don't know what the biggest thing is. I've gotten a lot. I've found this lovely community of all you ladies, and I have learned a lot about the science of my body. I wish I knew this sooner. I definitely would have been on this road a lot sooner. I would have done the single mom by choice thing a lot sooner and not waited until then. So I think the biggest thing is how quickly fertility declines after 40. That's probably the biggest thing. But I'll think about it. I might know. Might be more. I have GHI Emblem Health. 85% of IVF is covered. Oh, that's awesome. There's a connection between my endometriosis and my failed IVFs. I'm confused as to why the other two REs didn't mention anything. So that's interesting, Sandra. Do you have confirmed endometriosis? Like, have they done surgery and gone in and seen it, or are they speculating that you have it? Definitely, it impacts your lining overall. Endometriosis can impact a regular pregnancy. I don't know. Yeah, there could be a connection. It's hard to say. I don't know why the other two REs didn't mention it, or your gynecologist for that matter, but there could be a connection. There are also other things like what are the quality of your, of your embryos? Did you do a fresh or a frozen? Like what? It could be a lot of things. I think that's definitely should be on the list. The fact that you have endometriosis. The same thing with like if you have fibroids, if you have polyps, anything that is changing your lining from an ideal, snuggly place for your being is impacting implantation, which obviously impacts the success of IVF. Starbucks or fertility coverage, even those that are part-time. Oh, really? See, now I might have to get a part-time job at Starbucks. No, that's beautiful. I've heard that Starbucks has really, really amazing benefits, actually. Cheyenne is nodding her head over there. So 2 pieces, 1 puzzle. I had a tubal blockage with hydrosalpinx, and they had to be removed. Okay. Wow. Yeah. What's the biggest thing? Okay, I got that one. Hi, Tanika. Hi, Samantha. I'm in my 2-week wait after our second eye. Yeah. Oh, I'm sending you loads of baby dust. Mwah, mwah. Yes. And I hope you are finding ways to keep yourself occupied during the 2-week wait and not peeing on any sticks. See Whitley. Yes, IVF, they didn't recommend. Okay. Starbucks does. Follow Starbucks Babies channel. Oh, there's a Starbucks Babies channel? Okay, I'll have to check that out. Thank you, ZZ. Is it or Lisa? Hi, good evening. 2 pieces, 1 pound. Gonal, Follistim, Cetrotide, Gonal X. So my first round, I had Gonal F and I had Menopur. I had Cetrotide to reduce ovulation. I also had Cetrotide the preceding cycle with my estrogen priming to calm things down. And that was supposed to help with the egg quality as well. I had 450 of Gonal F, and I think it was 150 of Menopur. It might have been 300. I have to go back and look at the videos. Hi, SNK Love. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Was with CNY. Who was with CNY? Whoa. Bahama Misses, you were with CNY? How did that go? How many rounds did you have? A lot of people are raving about CNY. I still haven't gone on their live. I did try to get CBD oil from them, and it was gone. It had like 3% THC in it. I put it in my cart. It was gone. Infertility told me that he mentioned it in his live that they're taking it down. They have to figure out another, but that was the only place. Has anybody else tried the CBD that's supposed to help with like anxiety, inflammation, with or without THC? I know it's not legal everywhere with the THC. Illinois IVF is horrible. I have Blue Cross Blue Shield of Florida. Thank God my employer is from Florida. Oh, nice. So, oh, thank you, Adriana. Oh, I'm in my work outfit. I appreciate you. So, who is that? Who's in Illinois? Sandra Wiley, TTC, is in Illinois. I think she works for a governmental agency and she has her benefits. And then, oh my God, Butterfly Poet. Also, she has really great IVF insurance. Like she's banking her eggs. I think she gets like 3 cycles a year or something like that. How often do you do castor oil? BB. So castor oil, I do it in castor oil packs. Let's start there. You have to wait until after the bleeding has stopped at the beginning of your cycle and until ovulation. Once you ovulate, you can't do the castor oil, or you shouldn't do castor oil anymore if you're in an active cycle trying to conceive. So say for example, the first 5 days you have outflow of a new cycle. On day 6, you can do the castor oil. You can do it on day 6, 7, and 8. Then you want to take a break. You don't want to do more than 3 days in a row. If you just do the massage, you can do it every day, every other day. You want to massage, and I have a video on this. It'll make more sense. But basically, you make a heart shape here at this is where your belly button is, right on your abdomen. Where these fingers are landing, again, this is your belly button. Where these fingers are landing on your abdomen, those are where your uterus. They're on top of your uterus, so that's where you want to massage. And then these pinky, the pinky ones are where your ovaries are, or thereabout. So that's where you want to do like your ovary massage on that side. Does that make sense? I have a whole video series on it. Well, there's 3 videos. It's not a lot, but it'll make more sense. Minnie, hey, you're not late, girl. This is all impromptu. Oh, Deidre, you've done the yoni steams? Oh, nice. Tell us a little bit about those. So how do you prep them? Because when I saw the yoni steams, the thing was like they were setting it on the toilet, and like some people bought stuff off of Amazon and it seemed like it might be crushed. I think there are professional places you can go to get a yoni steam, which that might be a little more interesting. Good. I'm just, I'm going to leave my pH balance down there alone. Don't forget to smash. Oh, yes. Thank you, ZZ. Oh, yeah. We have 40 watching. We have 10 thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. And actually, if you'll help your TTC sisters out, because then they'll know we're on live and come on over. Okay. 2 pieces, 1 puzzle. You enjoy a good yoni steam. See, there you go. See, Whitley. Elisa, I will try it. I missed what Elisa said. Okay. 2 pieces. I'm going to keep scrolling. If I miss something, somebody call me out so I can see it, because I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. I want to try it because they say it helps regulate your cycle, which I need. Oh, the yoni, is that right? Or the castor oil? Or both? 2 pieces. Okay, cool. Here in Houston, if I can, a regular cycle, I can qualify for a free IVF round. So that would be a lifesaver. Oh, you mean if you regulate your cycle, you'll get the free IVF? That's nice. Yoni steam, Vitex pills. Yes, Vitex. I definitely agree with you. 2 pieces, 1 puzzle. Vitex and maca root. helped. I put that in my smoothies and that helped regulate it. I know some ladies get headaches with the Vitex, so I would say ease into it and see how you feel. You must do it at specific times and alternate to the liver too. Jan Joy. Yes, I always forget the liver. You do want to wrap around and do the liver. You also want to get the lymph nodes with, which are in basically in between the crease of your leg and your abdomen or your torso to help get the toxins out. But yes, the liver. I only actually do the liver when I do the castor oil pack. I do the wraparound when I do the massage because I like to lay down. I don't do the liver, but yes, that is a good point. Thank you, Janjoy. Starbucks, girl, how was the polyp removal? How was the recovery? Do you know anything about supplements for scar tissue removal? Latundra, hey, thank you. Have a consult on the 8th with CNY. Okay, so you are going with the 8th of this month. So how, Bahama Mrs., how long did you wait to get into CNY? Because I called after I don't remember when we all talked about it, I guess February, and I can't get in until August, which seems crazy. So if you are getting in on the 8th of this month, how far in advance did you have to do that? So Genesis, polyp removal surgery recovery was fine. Like you go in for the surgery. I had to have a biopsy. You're not allowed to have sex for 2 weeks. And because the tissue that was removed, they wanted to biopsy, it was it pushed my IVF back a little bit just because they wanted my uterus to have more time to heal. They had actually scraped more of the endometrial lining than they had originally intended. So, but it was fine. It was fine. They put you to sleep, so you're under anesthesia. You wake up. I took Tylenol. I slept the rest of that day. The biggest thing really is no sex. The same thing like when you have any kind of surgery down there. I couldn't get in the tub or any open water. No perfumed soaps or anything like that. No, nothing in the vagina basically until it was healed. So that was 2 weeks. Have you done acupuncture? Yes, I am a big, huge acupuncture fan. I think during my IVF, I posted some videos of my acupuncture. I haven't been going because I've been totally slacking, but I have an appointment for later this week and I'll be going weekly again. I'm a big fan of acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine. Michelle, hey. Deidre. Oh, you go to a spa. Okay, so that would make more sense for me, Deidre, if I could go to a spa. Like me trying to do it at home, that would be like team too much. But a spa sounds nice and relaxing and it sounds sanitary. Like they know what they're doing. I mean, not that I wouldn't be sanitary in my own house. I would just be worried that like I would mess up something. SNK Love says yoni steams are awesome. I did one after my miscarriage. Oh, interesting. And I'm sorry about your miscarriage. I loved the yoni steam. It's so relaxing. Oh my God. So you guys are selling it. Serapeptase is supposed to work on scar tissue. Yes, serapeptase. And then there's the teas. If you guys know the names of the teas, type it in below because I don't want to butcher it. But I know there are teas that ladies have taken. There's a young lady on YouTube who she's probably had her baby now, but she did the serapeptase and the 2 teas and unblocked her tube. She had complete blockage. No sex for 2 weeks. Yeah, it was, well, no intravaginal sex. I should say that. If, leave that to your imagination. I read that doing colon irrigation is good before transfer. I enjoyed mine. Yes, I said I enjoyed it. Haha, remove the toxins. Nice. Yeah, I am actually going to I'm planning on doing a detox. And actually, Genesis, you asked me about this. I'll show you. Has anybody done this? The 14-day detox. Can you see that? There. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do then it's not really to speed up my metabolism. It says vibrant living, intestinal health. I think I take pretty good care of my insides anyway. Like I'm pretty good with like the kombucha and the fermentation and all that fun stuff, but I want to do that. And then I want to do a colonic. Cheyenne and I did one last year and I did enjoy that. Oh, Brandy, congratulations. I don't know if you guys saw that. Brandy got a BFP yesterday after back-to-back miscarriages this past fall. Hoping this is a sticky one. Sending baby dust to all. Yes. Sending you loads of baby dust. It is sticky. Yay. And back-to-back miscarriages is no fun. ZZ is going to try a yoni steam. Yes. Deidre, not at home. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like when I saw the videos, I saw they were doing them at home, and I was just like, not for me. Serapeptase is great for scar tissue. So is, oh my goodness, I cannot pronounce that. Yes, those are the Chinese teas though. Yi Mua Cow. You guys see it in the notes, right? Those are the ones. And I don't know, womb enzyme in. I don't know what that is, but if it works, hey. Second week of January to get April 8th. Okay, so yeah, I called February and got August. So I think somebody blew up their spot. But I definitely have. You been watching his lives on Facebook? I want to check one of those out because everybody swears by it. Like the doctor is saying you need to be fed, fucked, and put to sleep. Like I was like, okay. I mean, not that I'm disagreeing, but you know, most doctors are like, I don't know. That just for some reason I was like, okay. K. Oh yeah, everybody is sending Brandy baby dust. Yay. I think I know the girl you're talking about on YouTube, Corbett. Yes, you probably do. Like I sent her a link to a lot of people because I know some people had a blockage, some people had one tube left. She had like a total blockage, and she came back after she was pregnant. I was like, oh wow. But I think who was it? Rakosha said it was like the tea tasted like hot piss, which that did not sound appetizing. But you know, we want those babies. Go ahead. Oh my God, looking fire. Did you see my skirt when I stood up? That's shameful. If you keep calling CNY, you can get moved up. Okay, 2 pieces. I actually think I'm gonna give my appointment away. I was saying that at the top of the call. There's another young lady who couldn't get in until November. I think I'm gonna say with Share Fertility. I did make an appointment with New Hope. That's a whole other story. I'll do a separate video, so we're not on here all night. But okay. Dr. CB's 360 detox, parasite cleanse, and metal cleanse. I try and do it once a year. Oh, nice. Okay. Brandy, thank you, ladies. Yes. You got to keep us posted, Brandy. We will be sending you baby dust every single day. And we want bump dates and all that fun stuff because we know this one is going to be a sticky one. Tika girl, hey, can you tell us about CNY and prices if you have any information yet? Thanks. So I actually asked a lot of you guys about CNY. I know it was like $4,000 for their IVF here in New York, and I imagine other places because there are people who are not in New York who have done it. They have contracted with people to do monitoring with them. So you would pay that clinic separately. So like the clinics that I looked at, I think it was another $2,000, $3,000 to do local monitoring. And then what else? That was really the only standouts I had. I mean, I think medicines are medicines because I'm in the same state. Then you would have, I know that some of the ladies said they do financing. And so after you make your first payment with CNY, they will start treatment. So you don't have to have the whole $4,000 up front. I don't know if that's also true with the monitoring clinic that they've contracted with. You may pay them directly, but it definitely makes it affordable, especially if you have no insurance. I don't know if it makes sense for me because then I would lose all of my insurance coverage because they're not like in networks. I think I'd lose my prescription coverage and everything else, but it's definitely an affordable option. And not only is it inexpensive or reasonably priced, they're getting results. Like Lily G, TTC, is pregnant with twins from her service there. And there's some other ladies on YouTube who've had really great results from CNY. So, and they were tailored. They did omnitrope, intralipid. So it was specific. I think they have like a specialty arm of older women or more challenging cases. So yeah, it seems good. Did they say why you had back-to-back miscarriages? Oh, that's SNK. Yeah, if you do the detox and the cleanse at the end, big difference. I felt amazing. Try it. Yes, that is the plan. My coworker told me about yoni steaming, and she was faithful about doing them and was able to conceive with one ovary. Oh wow! So does the yoni steaming actually change like the health of the uterus and the ovaries? I need to do some research. Corby, I love your channel. You're so open. Oh, thank you, Corby. Sometimes open gets me in trouble. I try to, anyway, thank you. You can win a free IVF cycle, then do a drawing. I think everyone. Oh, that's nice. So with CNY ladies, you can do a free IVF cycle, do a drawing. I mean, listen, that definitely makes it more affordable. And then if you're doing local monitoring, so wherever you are, like if you have a GYN, OBGYN where you are, say you're in Texas, you could do all your monitoring there. They would send the lab work to CNY, as I understand it. And then you only have to go to CNY for your retrieval and transfer. So if you're doing retrieval and you know you're going to freeze, you will come up for your retrieval, go back home. They would report on, the growth of the eggs for you. If you Google, or if you go on YouTube and search CNY, there are quite a few videos about people's experiences. I've only heard good things. I think I don't want to say, it might be Yelp. I know I saw reviews on it, and there are some, people who didn't like it, but I think that's going to be true of any doctor in general. It's going to be a matter of what their bedside manner is and not just their results. And we all don't get along with everyone. So I think that's normal, but lots and lots of great praise for, you're not gonna be able to see yourself up there. Lots and lots of great praise for CNY. Sorry, I got Cheyenne over here.
Sorry, guys.
Let me do this because she's determined to be in the shot. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
Is that in the shot?
Yes.
Okay.
You just can't see yourself because of what is going on the screen. That's what I'm saying to you. No, it's all this is in the shot over here. Do you have? I've heard good stories on and have fun trying. Yes. Yeah, have fun. Have a good time. Why not? See, I would run to do this if I would. Oh, but we have male infertility. So is it low morphology? Does he not have any swimmers? Like, what is your male infertility, if you don't mind me asking? Like, are they saying 0 chance or just a low chance? I heard good stories on RP Refresh. Have you tried? I have not. I've not even heard of it. I don't know how to say it. I'm not a fan of putting anything in my yoni, but my friend tried it. Her pH was a 4. Okay. So I guess if you have like documented pH issues, then why not? Info on male infertility, just asking. So I know there are some, I have info on like what the diagnoses are, but I don't know necessarily how they're changing it. There's who is it? The McGowans, they have male factor infertility. They have a channel, and they had to do a testy because he had a very little sperm in his semen, and so they had to have a surgery. They put him to sleep to take out sperm for her. And then I know, like for my own donor, we have low morphology, so we did ICSI, those kind of things. So if you want me to do some research, I'm happy to do some research. Jessica got pregnant eating mangoes in her fertile window. Yes. It wouldn't hurt to try anyway. Yes, I think, sex is not bad, especially when you're TTC. Even if it goes nowhere, you and your partner are going through a lot. It's good to stay connected and feel, wanted, loved, desired for both parts. I think sometimes infertility can zap out our sex drive. I don't know whether it's you're doing it on a timer, you don't feel sexy. Like, it's hard to feel sexy giving yourself injections and being bloated and all that fun stuff and feeling like a failure time and time again. So even if the sex can't lead to conception, I think it's important to maintain that healthy relationship and that physical contact, right? We feel good when we're touched and when we touch others. And so why not? Go for it, Kay. Mangoes in her fertile window. Is that what she changed during her cycle, like in versus previous cycles? And she had twins, right? But I think, they were twins on the scan, but they were worried about the second one, I think is the last video I saw of hers. Yoni steams help your yoni get rid of toxins. Okay. All right. How did this yoni get the toxins in it? Or can we just use the castor oil? See, now you guys are gonna have me out looking for a yoni spa, figuring out what is going on. I'm curious now. I got a blood panel done after the second, first in August, second in October, in January, and everything came back normal. The second was a blighted ovum, but unfortunately no known cause. Yeah, that's the thing with the miscarriages. They don't know. And like, I wasn't far enough along in either for them to do any testing, although the RE thought they might have done some testing. I didn't do a DNC in either of my miscarriages. I don't want them scraping up my uterus. But And I don't know how else they would collect it. Like, am I meant to save it as it's passing? I don't know. But it's hard to know with the miscarriages. Sometimes we never get an answer. And really, nobody even like, well, not nobody. Most of the medical community doesn't think it's a problem after 2. Like, they want you to at least have 3 and then they'll start, which is sad, but it is what it is. Deidre, yes, the better it cleanses the vagina and uterus. You can do a vagi steam to rid emotional blocks because it said that our uterus holds unresolved issues. Oh, that's interesting. Remember when they used to give women hysterectomies because they thought that that would keep them from being hysterical? Like if you were going crazy, they'd be like, we have to remove your uterus. It's interesting. Hey, Shy. Oh, Genesis is saying hi to you.
Hi,
She said hi. Low sperm count recently rose to 20 million from 500K. Okay. 20 million is good because even in an IUI, they want it to be between 10 and 20. So if everything else looks good, you could try IUI if you have no issues, and you could try at home. If nothing else, help him, not build up dead swimmers, keep the fresh ones coming, right? Help a brother out. Hey, oh, I'm glad that you like them, Tika girl. Thank you. You have so much info. Why do you think that IUI is less successful than IVF? So that is interesting. I think the documented research shows, at least for women over 35, it is more challenging with the IUI. One, because the outer shell of the egg that's being released is a little thicker, so it makes it harder for the sperm to penetrate. But also, IVF, you're pulling the eggs out and they're kind of trapped in a dish. Like in my case, I did IVF with ICSI. So not only were they trapped in a dish, then they held them down and stuck the sperm in there. Which with the IUI, you're just kind of releasing the sperm and hoping they find the egg, right? So just by the pure distance that the sperm has to go and the activity that's required of the sperm, it's there's more certainty with the IVF, and when it was fertilized. With the IUI, you don't know if it was fertilized, you don't know what was going on. But again, if you're 34 or younger, you have a really great chance of getting pregnant with IUI. And what I'm finding in talking to ladies, like in chat rooms and different things, what happens, and it's no judgment because I certainly didn't know either, women don't know when they ovulate. So it's hard to do timed intercourse. So you could be trying at home for 6 months to a year and missing your ovulation, and you're never going to get pregnant. You're not timing it right. You're not testing it right. Women have trouble reading OPK sticks. Like, is it the same color? Is it darker than? Am I ovulating? Am I not? In the book, Taking Charge of Your Fertility, they talk about the 3 signs of ovulation, right? So your cervical mucus or cervical fluid, your cervical position, and also the OPK. So as you get ready to ovulate, your cervix moves up higher. So you stick your finger in to your vajayjay and you look for your cervical cap and you see how high it is. And and I forgot how open it is. So that's part of cervical positioning, which, like, if you do Fertility Friend or some of the other apps, it will ask you. You want it to be high, open, and soft. Or I think they do it SHO, soft, high, and open show. And that means you're fertile. But like if you have a positive OPK and your vagina is dry as a bone, something is wrong. You're not about to ovulate. So it gets confusing. So IUI helps in that sense because it targets when your ovulation is, especially if you're doing a medicated cycle, right? They're controlling exactly when your ovulation window is. They're washing the sperm. So you're getting the primo sperm going in at the right time. It's going to increase your odds and get you knocked up, hopefully. Over 35, it's a different thing. Just because the physiology of the egg and whatnot is different. Okay. Motility, but it's average for the guys. So yeah, IUI or mobility, IUI might work. It helps because it's gonna it's gonna take out the swimmers that are not there. As long as you get 10 million after washing, you have a really good chance. You have a really good chance. Um, my doctor told me she couldn't explain why I had 4 miscarriages. The most recent one was in February. We are supposed to try again this month, but honestly, I'm not sure. Oh, that's hard. Yeah, I don't know that any doctor can tell you conclusively, like, unless you go to an immunologist. And even then, like, it's not 100% certain. But usually they look for things like prolactin, what's your thyroid level, what's your vitamin D. Are you able, what is it, MTHR? Are you able to process folic acid, or do you need to have folate so you're getting it in your food instead of like a folic acid pill? you get the natural version folate. There's a battery of tests they can do to kind of help reduce or eliminate some of the obvious things, but I don't know that they can tell you conclusively unless they do. And even then, but if they do some sort of analysis and say like it was a chromosomal abnormality, then maybe. But I feel like they want to say that over 40 anyway. Like oh yeah, it's probably chromosomal. Unless of course you had your eggs tested and then they won't be able to say that. But that would only be with an IVF that had PGS testing. Please, and what can be taken to increase and help naturally? I don't know what that refers to. Sex is amazing. I'm determined to bank me some sessions before I can. External toys will help. I've loaded up my Amex to make sure I'm good. I need adventure. Okay, and we want to see the wig. I was not the sex. We want to see the wigs and all the characters because we know how you like to do. If you guys haven't watched Genesis Lovings TV, I highly recommend subscribing to her channel. She's a handful over there. She keeps it spicy. Tika girl, is there any info on keto diets that you can share as far as improving fertility? So I know the balance of the, I have to do a separate video on it because I don't want to misstate it. There's benefits to keto, not only keto diet, but the intermittent fasting, which has your body in a ketogenic state, but it has to do with like your insulin and some other stuff. So I'll do a separate video on that for you, Tika. Tanika time. Hey, oh, I like that name. Love your videos. Quick question. I'm 42. My IVF is telling me that I have a low egg percentage. I did IVFs twice, but was canceled twice. So what's your AMH? And was it canceled because of poor response, no response? Did you get any follicles and your like clinic wanted you to have 5 and you only had 2? What is going on there? And then what are your other hormone levels look like? Like if you have done vitamin D, DHEA. So you kind of want to get a picture of your overall health and then see where you're going. If you haven't had your DHEA levels tested and you don't have PCOS, I would say get them tested and look into supplementing with DHEA. The CHR clinic in New York has a lot of research on DHEA, 75 milligrams a day to help increase quality and quantity. I know for myself personally, when I started, I had 3 follicles in my antral follicle count. I did DHEA probably 6 months, and then it increased to 7. Not a great increase, but I mean, it's more than what I had to start with. So that's an option to help improve. But let me know a little bit more about your situation. And you can email me too, Tanika@simplytanika.com, and we can kind of get into it a little more. Good night, Yessie. Thank you. I'm glad you could join. I don't know where. I didn't know there was a family reunion. Hey, Chloe. We're just on here yammering, catching up, going over New York laws and some other stuff. Coworker recommended yoni steaming to me due to my fibroids. Her religion practices them. I'm definitely after this researching yoni because like all of these great benefits. I don't know where I've been and why I've been asleep, but now I'm interested. Definitely don't want to miss out on a good thing. Just delivered my wife I just delivered my wife and I's IUI baby in January. Hey, Brittany. Took 3 tries over 8 months due to PCOS. I didn't know I had until I went to the RE. Oh, wow. So did you have like regular periods and everything else? And then were diagnosed with PCOS? Well, congratulations on delivering the baby and having the baby in January. Hopefully you're getting a lot of sleep. 3 tries is good. Did you do Femera, Clomid? Or did you just do monitored cycles? Corby was referring to male infertility for you to find research and make a video, I believe. Yes, Kay, thank you. I guess I should have stated, sorry. Hey, Sabrina, how are you? Oh, you're talking to Corby about male infertility? I don't have a lot of information about it. I know like some of the reasons that sperm is not working properly and like men having varicose veins. There are some videos on YouTube. I'm definitely not the expert on male fertility issues. FH Pro from Fairhaven, awesome. Or is it PH Pro? PH Balance Pro? All right, ladies, it is 10:12. Oh my God, have we been on like an hour and 15 minutes? It went by quickly. I have 19 thumbs up. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up on your way in, on your way out. Help the other TTC sisters know that it's worth watching. And he was asking you to research. Oh yeah, I can look into it. I can look into the. I got you, Kay. I'm sorry. I'm like not. There's so many messages and I'm trying to follow each thread because people are kind of talking about different things. I had regular periods up until about 3 months before we went to the doctor. Yes, we did medicated with Femera. Worked well for me, thankfully. Oh, awesome. I did Femera 5 mil. Well, some cycles 5, some cycles 7. And unfortunately, wasn't successful with me. The first 4 I did with frozen donor sperm, and then the last 2 I did with fresh. And yeah, but little to no side effects for me with Femera, so I'm okay with that. Up until about 3 months before. Oh, that's interesting. So I wonder if you like if PCOS came about before then. I know ladies who have had PCOS, and so I'm just curious. Hey, love Tanya, how are you? Love you, boo, as always. I'm about to go and turn up the heat and make some body popcorn. Okay, Genesis, have fun, sis. Thanks for hanging out with us. Corby's going to look into. Are you taking any new supplements? No new supplements. I am taking DHEA, CoQ10, Vitapearl. I just did like a quick video about it earlier. I'm not going overboard with the supplements this time though. And I want to do a detox. I'm starting the DHEA just so I can build up in my system because we need like 90 days. So DHEA, the prenatal, which is Vitapearl, and the ubiquinol. I'm doing, and vitamin D, and then I'll add some others into it, like antioxidants. I really want to focus on eating fresh and healthy foods and getting, berries and like blackberries, raspberries, acai, all of those, my chia seeds. I kind of burned out on the pills last time, honestly. I was taking a lot of them. I want to get as much like natural nutrients as I can from a natural source. The supplements are organic and everything else, but I just don't want it to be like a chore, like, oh my God, did I take my pill? So there's a video coming up about that. Congrats, Brittany. Hey, Ashley. A bit pricey, but really worth it. There are studies. Nice. Okay. I was an athlete and kept weight down, stopped playing softball, gained weight, and hello, PCS got. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I've heard of that happening for other ladies too. And some ladies didn't know they had it. Like they ended up with like hair on their chin and then figured out they had it. I definitely know ladies who had it and didn't know they have it. The one issue that I have with like the medical community and PCOS is when they don't address it and they give the young ladies birth control and they say this is the only way you'll ever get pregnant. And it's kind of like what the acupuncturist explained it to me was like, if we think of in nature, everything is in circles. And like if you're in danger, you put something in like an L shape to alert people that something is unnatural. He said it's like putting a bunch of L's in your cycle. And so it messes up your hormonal balance and it doesn't give you an opportunity for your body to balance on its own. But like my daughter has PCOS and she had taken Vitex for a while and that helped her regulate it. Of course, everybody's different, but I think working with like a naturopath or a traditional Chinese medicine person can help you, find a more natural remedy for it. But I'm glad that you were able to conceive and that you have your baby home and safe and sound, and endometriosis, which sucks. So you probably have painful periods, SNK love. Yeah, that does not sound good. I heard chaga has a lot of antioxidant. Oh, really? Okay. I haven't heard of that one. I'm going to write that down. I haven't. Yeah, so I want to do what the doctor said was as many antioxidants as possible in either supplement form or the form of food. So I definitely want to get as many veggies as possible. I'm starting my intermittent fasting and cleaning up my food again. And so, yeah, I think that's the way to go. But there are things like you can't get like NAC and NAD. I'll be taking that. And I don't know that I'll take it every day. So I've been kind of working on that, which is why I haven't put out a full video on it. It's got to feel right. I don't want it to feel like a chore. I want to have the benefit, but I also want to consume it, if that makes sense, like in food and beverages as much as possible. Brittany, I only took birth control for 1 month to get rid of a cyst while we were trying. None before, since now doing somewhat keto diet to keep the weight off. Oh, nice. Yeah, the keto diet is important. There is a blog that I used to read. If I think of it, I'll update the description box. But she had PCOS, and reducing her insulin, reducing her weight helped her manage. And she's conceived. I think she conceived both of her kids with IVF, and then a third one was like a surprise baby. Like the first two were IVF. But yeah, there are multivitamin patches I'm trying now. Let you know if it works. Oh yeah, let me know. So do you just like stick it on like a nicotine patch and sleep in it? Just restarted keto. How's it going, Mina, with the keto? Do you like that? Research black cohosh for PCOS. Ah, nice. I do. I think I have black cohosh. I mean, I don't have PCOS, and I remember I bought that before I started seeing the woman that I see now for acupuncture and traditional Chinese medicine. When I told her about it, she didn't recommend it for me, but there are definitely benefits to all that stuff. I love naturopaths. I love like traditional Chinese medicine. Anything that can kind of help encourage our body to do what it's meant to do instead of like the very harsh, hard fertility drugs where it's for a short period of time. But I'm all for whatever gets us to our babies, whatever works. All right, ladies, it is 10:18. I think I'm going to wrap up. Does anybody else have any burning questions? If I didn't answer your questions or you want to talk about something privately, please send me an email, tanika@simplytanika.com, and I will get back to you. Hate keto and love it. Oh, yes. Really? I do kind of keto-esque. Like I love bacon, I love avocado, but I did like the zucchini noodles instead of the pasta. It's a mindset. And I don't know that I ever did like hardcore keto. Like Tamika TTC does keto. I think she has insulin resistance. But yeah, so Jan Joy, I had 16 mature eggs harvested in RMA, New York, and they said that's for one baby. Really? 16? And they thought that was a poor response? So are you doing PGS? Is that why they're saying 16 is a lot? I don't know why they're saying that's for one baby. Hey Shell, how are you? Girl, where you been? What's up, sis? Yeah, 16 is a lot. 16 mature. Are they eggs that were fertilized, not fertilized? Are they eggs that were then fertilized to become embryos? I feel like 16 is a lot, Jan. I miss rice, but I love the results. Yes. Okay. I mean, yeah, if the results are good, the results are good. So I think to maybe do another frozen egg. Okay, so you're gonna do one more round and then do a frozen eggs. Okay. Also heard that kosher diet helps with PCOS. Oh, nice. So I'm going to do intermittent fasting again and do keto-esque. Like I felt good with the intermittent fasting and I just got to get back in the game. Like I said, I've been feeling a little lazy. So it's a new month, it's a new quarter. April, May, June are my get ready months with the goal to have my retrieval in June. So connecting with self, mind, and body. Oh, good for you. Hey Kosha, happy birthday. You girl, it's no such thing as late. We didn't have an appointment. We're just on here chit-chatting. So yeah. All right, ladies. Again, if you have any questions, send me an email. Search into Natural Fertility Clinic in May. Okay, Deidre, good for you. I mean, the more natural, the better, right? The more natural, the better. And I think working with someone in person. Are you still doing acupuncture, Deidre? I know you had found the one lady, but I don't know if you wanted to stick with her or not. I should have been a doctor. Oh my goodness, I should have been something. Honestly, Whitley, it was out of self-preservation. I had so many questions and I wasn't getting any answers. So I just like researched like crazy. And then when I started putting the videos out and people would ask, like, how do you know when you're going to ovulate? And how do you know? Then the light bulb went off. Like, this is why it's so challenging. I mean, my challenge is my age, but I certainly am here to help anybody else if there are things like cervical mucus, cervical position, ovulating, like any information I can give you. I'm here to do that. So because I want us all to win. I want us all to get our babies. Pregnant, intermittent fasting, and conceive plus. Oh, see, that's good to know. I definitely believe the intermittent fasting help, and it helps increase your human growth hormone, which is what the new RE wants to give me during my stem. So I'm all for that. And it has the autophagy, which gets rid of old cells. And so I feel like that, I just feel like it's good all around. And I felt good once I was doing it. That first 7 days was shitty just because of the change. But then I felt really, really good. And so I got to get back into that word, because it's worth it. Switching to another acupuncturist. Okay, good. I love acupuncturist. So I'm just starting to go back. I'll be back. This will be my first week back and get back into the swing of things. So yes. Hey Del, how are you? Thank you, ladies. Thank you. All right. Yes. Thank you. If I missed anybody or anybody didn't feel comfortable saying anything, email me, Tanika@simplytanika.com, and I will get back to you. I will do some research on male infertility and sperm issues and get back to you guys on that. All right, ladies, good night. Please give me a thumbs up on your way out if you found any of this useful or you just enjoyed hanging out with us. We have 29 thumbs up. We have 38 watching. So hit the little thumbs up on your way out. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I will talk to you ladies later. Bye. Mwah. Baby does to you all.